How's everybody doing? This is Isaac Ruiz, CEO, owner, Elevator Project Group. We're bringing you a video right now showing you how to create a vicinity map for the Texas Parks and Wildlife Recreational Trails Grant. Vicinity map is required as part of the grant application for the Texas Parks and Wildlife Recreational Trails Grant Program. As you can see, right now we're opening up Google Earth Pro. It's that simple. You don't have to use any sophisticated mapping. Google Earth Pro can help you out. The project will be proposed project is in Maverick County. We go ahead and search Maverick County, kind of look around, see how to get encompass the whole county in there. We lose sight of where the project area is, the recreational trail at Elm Creek, located on the northern part of Maverick County. Not the most northern, headed to the north of Eagle Pass, city of Eagle Pass. As you see, whenever you kind of go out, zoom out, you lose the little marker for Elm Creek, where the trail is going to be located. I'm just trying to fit it in to see what we're going to have to do here is locate a dual marker. That way we can go ahead and readily recognize where the vicinity, hence the name vicinity map. So we're going ahead and put a pin right here where it says Elm Creek. The reason, like I said, there's a vicinity map, there's a site map. The vicinity map kind of tells us where the project location is going to be in reference to the entire county of Maverick. Excuse the misspelling. We're pinpointing where Elm Creek is, where the project's going to be located. It's off of Highway 277, headed towards Del Rio, Texas. Not too fan of yellow. There's several icons that you can use there. You don't have to use the one I use, just something that goes along with what you want to do. I always prefer the red one myself. You might want to also make it a little bigger so it's readily available on your map, since we are going to zoom out so we can see the entire county. And this applies for any county where you're at or trying to do a project, trying to show a vicinity map of the project. I think red always kind of shows out, so we're going to go over the red. We're going to make it a little bigger. Right over there again, this is for the recreational trail at Elm Creek, and we're preparing it for the Texas Parks and Wildlife Recreational Trails Grant Program. This is a requirement that needs to go in the packet that you submit. Applications are due February 1st, 2021. This project will be a non-motorized recreational trail, which the funding is available up to $200,000. Applicants are encouraged to match a 20%. As you see, we're changing the colors up here just a little bit so we can make it again readily available for readily visible. You can see we have to kind of make it red so it pops out right at you. I'm gonna fix a little bit of the spelling there. Red font as well. That way, there's no mistakes, or nobody has to look around in your map. They see it right then and there. Here we're using Google Earth Pro. This is basically going to be used just to make the map, get an image from there, and then we continue on right now in a little bit with Affinity Designer, so we can add a little extras here and there and make our map not too basic. Even though Google Earth Pro does a pretty good job. Here we're zooming out. Now you see how you can see the recreational trail at Elm Creek pretty, it still comes out. So what you want to do is encompass or make sure that the whole county comes out in the picture. Of course, Merritt County has that, long shaped county. So from you look at the top to bottom, we want to make sure we got all that in there. And then here we're going to do an image. Once you click the image, you can update the title, make a little description, just basic. Google Earth Pro does an awesome thing where it adds a legend in there too, so it's already kind of giving you an idea of where items are and relative to where your project will be. And of course you can see in the area you have Merritt County is designated. You can see the little airport signals, Piedras Negras, which is right across the border from Eagle Pass, Texas. Merritt County, we're a border town. So this is a vicinity map. Again, the vicinity map varies from the site map. The site is a little bit more detailed how your trail is going to be in the park or any kind of land that you're proposing to have the project. The vicinity is to show the good people out in Texas Parks and Wildlife under this program where it is in relative to the entire county where the project is. So we're just labeling, the vicinity map. Computer gets a little stuck from time to time. Let's go back and edit it again. There you go. And here I'm just putting the title of our project, the Recreational Trail at Elm Creek. A little play on words for the Nightmare on Elm Street, for those of you that are into the horror movies. Of course, it's in Maverick County, Texas. We are applying for the Texas Parks and Wildlife Recreational Trails Grant. This idea was brought up by a young man, Lynn Valderas, who's interested and lives in the area of Elm Creek and has been trying to get a project out there. So Elevated Project Group is just assisting him in creating his vision out there. Once you have your map set, we'll go ahead and title it. Oh yeah, sorry about them typos. Let me fix that right quick. Sometimes we get a little ahead of ourselves, but there you go. Now, you always want to be consistent in your titles, so, you don't want to leave Untitled 1, Untitled 2, Untitled 3 until you get to Untitled 367, and what are you going to do then, right? So you want to be specific in your titles. Just an organizational tip. I usually put dates on everything I do, a creation date. That was a trick that I learned back in my days at Public Works with the city of Eagle Pass. I remember I had a good mentor, Mike Castillo, out there that taught me how to, or not taught me, but made me put dates on all of my saved files, taught me a little certain way. From there, we kind of made our own. We're using Affinity Designer here. Affinity Designer is relatively inexpensive. I think it's about 30-40 bucks. I got it from the Mac store, so... And you're going to want to set it up under print. And this is a good alternative for those that don't want to, get the AutoCAD. I've never messed with AutoCAD myself, but this was an alternative that, for map creation can be done. And, it comes out pretty nice. So we're rolling with that. And here we're just basically making a print version sizable page, and we're inserting the photo. Again, this is Affinity Designer. We had it at portrait, so what we're going to do is just switch it around, move it to landscape, size it down. You got to make sure we put it in, whenever we do print it and put it in the packet, we'll have a good picture. You see, there you go. Fit it in there. And try to get it in there as close as possible. I know there's some people that like to have it very figured out and very spaced out. I try to eyeball it as much as possible to save some time. Here we're just creating a little title, a little box in the bottom. Make it look a little more professional. So you just take a square, you drag it out, make sure the ends meet. Again, kind of eyeball the spacing around. The cool thing about Affinity Designer, it kind of leads you into, it leads you whenever you're trying to space something out. You see, gives you a red, gives you a green, kind of tells you, hey, it's in line, it's in line. You want to make that bar a little bit thicker, the stroke. That way, that the little box comes out and you can see it. This is just to make it a little more professional. Add a title in there. So the title's pretty much the same thing as it was on Google Earth Pro, the vicinity map. And it's the project's going to be in Maverick County, so you want to, whatever county you are applying for, you want to go ahead and put on there. And it's going to be the name of the project, the proposed project, which is the Recreational Trail at Elm Creek. Little play on words again. Hope Freddy Krueger doesn't visit us at night for that one. And of course, you want to put there what the reason why you made this. Prepared for the Texas Parks and Wildlife Recreational Trails Grant Program. What we're going to go ahead and try and do here is make a little separation. Oh, wrong tool. Sorry about that. No, it doesn't look right. Wait a minute. Does that look straight to y'all? Oh. Well, maybe in this case, eyeballing isn't the best tool to measure a straight line. But what you can do, let's see. No, it's not going to work. I'm crooked, or doesn't look too straight to me. Well, you know what? On second thought, let's go ahead and you can also use the box, the square. Take it from the tip or the corner. Make a little box out there, and this is pretty much going to be. It could be, if this is we're a grant consulting corporation, so we want to go ahead and put who prepared this. It's going to be my name, Isaac T. Ruiz, and we're Elevated Project Group Incorporated. Again, grant consultants. If you work for a city, county, nonprofit, whatever it pertains, whatever goes with you, you're going to go ahead and put your title. Back when I used to work with the city of Eagle Pass, I would put a city logo. And again, prepared by, that way if there's any questions or somebody that needs to explain the map, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory as it is, but if you need to explain the map, you can. And let's just go ahead and position this. Yeah, we'll position it a little bit lower. That way we can do a little extra, put our logo on there as well. Oh, that's a little bigger than I thought. Okay. My logos, this logo was designed by Afamael Martinez, and he's a great designer, guys. Y'all need to look him up on Facebook. This is my second logo that he's designed for me. He does an excellent job, excellent job. Just got to resize this one. Not his fault, my fault. There you go. You zoom out, catch the edge, and downsize. There you go. There is a toolbar also on the side where you can actually enter the dimensions and downsize it that way. We're going to go ahead and zoom back in now that we have it in a good size. Once again, this is just pretty much adding a little spice to your drawing, your sketch here. Making it look nice and professional. City, county, nonprofit, I urge you, put your logo, your organization's logo on there. Who prepared it, just in case questions need to be answered. And let's go ahead and make this a little bit thicker down here. That way, you don't want to have anything where somebody's looking at this map and has to ask you questions or can't see something. So you always want to have it pretty self-explanatory. Simple is always more, but you always want something to pop out. That way they can take a look at it, A little bit of bigger font. Position it. We don't want to run into the lines. There you go. Now we're going to go ahead and it's important that we go ahead and group everything. And this is for our export. We're going to group. Go to layer, group it. Puts everything together as one. We're going to export it. There's JPEG, PNG files, whatever you prefer. PNG tend to be a little bit bulkier. Since we're not working with transparent backgrounds here, let me see. No, yeah, since we're not working with transparent backgrounds, we'll just go ahead and export it as a JPEG. Again, here you're gonna have to title it. Always title it title that you don't want to leave untitled 1, untitled 2. You want to be specific with your titles. That way, whenever you have to look for a file, I have tons of files on this computer, so it just makes it that much easier. If you want to abbreviate so it's easier for you, you can do that as well. And basically, that's pretty much it. We saved it to our desktop. So we're going to open this file right now so we can make a print copy for our application. And we're printing it. Thank you for watching. Again, this is for the Recreational Trails Grant, Texas Parks and Wildlife Recreational Trail. Recreational Trail Grant, Vicinity Map, project in Maverick County, Texas.